The Democratic National Convention over, and only 74 days until the election. The real test now begins on the road to the White House. Kamala Harris now topping the ticket instead of Joe Biden. How has that changed the path to 270 electoral votes for the Democrats? There is no one better to ask than NBC News national political correspondent Steve Kornacki, who joins us now from the big board. Steve, so much has happened in such a short amount of time, and the math has changed, the battleground map. She's got different paths, according to early polling.
Yeah, Andrea, I think that's the story. It's still a very tight race, but it has changed in the last month. We'll show you how. Big picture is this. Look, as Joe Biden was getting out of the race, this is what the polling was showing. He was down 3 points on average against Donald Trump. Now, about a month of Kamala Harris as the new Democratic candidate, on average, Harris up 2. So from Democrats down 3 to Democrats up 2. What is behind that move forward for Harris in the polling? 3 groups in particular where she's performed exceptionally better than Biden had been performing. And they're groups of voters who Democrats have in the past relied on, that Biden had been lagging with. Black voters. Harris is running 8 points better on average than Biden had been with black voters. Hispanic voters, Harris 10 points better than Biden. Young voters, those under 30, Harris 11 points better than Biden. These were all, we talked so much with Biden as the Democratic candidate about there being potential slack in the Democratic coalition. That's less the case, the polling is telling us right now, with Harris as the Democratic candidate. What would that translate into in terms of this road to 270 map that we're going to be returning to so much between now and November? Well, a couple things here. In gray, you've got kind of the core battleground states, and already you may notice most of this year we were really talking about 6. Now there's 7. There's North Carolina. Democrats have been talking all year about trying to make this a battleground. They were talking about that when Biden was the candidate, but now with Harris as the candidate, partly maybe due to the improvement in black support that you just see in the polls there. North Carolina, there's been a couple polls out showing basically a dead even race, maybe even Harris ahead very, very slightly in the polling there. So suddenly you could definitely put North Carolina in that battleground. The improvement Harris has with Hispanic voters, state like Arizona, state like Nevada. These are states where Trump had been polling very well against Joe Biden. Harris showing improvements here, too. Essentially, Andrea, what it comes down to is this. For Democrats, when Joe Biden was the candidate, it was a real narrow path that they'd been left with. Biden was going to have to win. Democrats were going to have to win Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. And you can see with those 3, it would get them to 270 exactly. Not an inch to spare. They'd have to win all 3 of those. But with Harris and those improvements we've seen so far demographically for her, to have a Nevada, to have an Arizona, even to have a North Carolina potentially, really potentially in play, it could relieve some of the pressure on Harris and Democrats to go 3 for 3 in those Great Lakes, Big Ten states, however you exactly want to categorize them, and maybe open up a bit of a Sunbelt path. So it simply means a month into Harris as the Democratic candidate, there's more pathways, at least potentially, for Democrats. Now we're going to see, as this convention ends and the real general election takes off, how does that evolve from here? Does that remain the case? Does Trump make more gains? But for now, more paths for Democrats.
And the other factor that was being discussed on the floor last night, Steve, is the impact that she's having on down ballot races, that some of these so-called safe Senate seats were really endangered because Joe Biden was stuck so low in the polls, and that she narrowing that gap, some of those senators were leading the top of the ticket. Now it's much narrower, and they are in better shape, the senators. That's what they were saying, at least.
Yeah, no, I mean, and you could talk, I mean, look at a state like, Arizona and Nevada. These are states with, battleground Senate races. And the story, Democrats have been performing pretty well in the Senate polls. The fear for Democrats has been, though, as well as these Senate candidates are polling, if you get to the presidential election, if Trump ends up carrying the state, does it end up having, that sort of the rising tide lifts all boats effects on the other Republicans running? If Harris, though, is able to win in an Arizona, if she were able to win in Nevada, I don't know if she will, but the possibility certainly seems to exist right now. That would only help fortify Democrats in those states, certainly from their perspective. Yeah,
and the fact that they just couldn't overcome it if Biden were still stuck as the top of the ticket, we're stuck in the mid-30s. That's not the kind of gap that you can overcome. Thank you, Steve Kornacki, as always.